Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, if you don't mind, before we start, please hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you have not yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And please, subscribing, if you like the content, it helps us out tremendously, and it also will get some other craps-related suggestions in your feed. So yeah, doesn't cost anything. Just hit that subscribe button, and it'll help us push some more of these videos out. So we appreciate it. All right, so today I'm going to test out a funnel strategy. It's going to be on a $10 table. We're not going to be the shooter. We're not going to play the pass line or don't pass, although you could, but for the sake of this video, we're not going to. Let's go ahead and clear this out real quick. We're going to start with 600. There's 3, 4, 5, 50, 75, 80, 96. There we go. Had to stop and think about it for a second, but I believe I had 600 out there. So what it is, we're going to wait for a point to be set, and then we'll set $64, in the come there for the dealer, and just say, hey, set me 64 across. So it's 10 on each number and 12 on the 6 and 8. And then we are going to choose one number. After the point is set, we're going to choose one number to be our funnel number or our stack number. There's also stack strategies out there that are similar. It's kind of the same concept, but we'll just set this up real quick for you. There is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right. So let's say the point is 9, right? Okay, so anything we hit, all of these numbers are going to pay $14. Anything we hit, let's say we'll funnel it to the 6. All right. So we roll a 5, right? 5 pays 14. Dealer just all the way up on the 6. So he'll give you $2 and put $12 on the 6. So you now have 24 on that. So anytime one of these numbers out here hit, you're going to funnel it over to that 6 until we get to a certain level. I'll explain that as we go. And then anytime the 6 hits, you just collect it. So you don't add any more to it. This 24 would pay 28. You would just put 28 in your rack. Okay, so let's say the 8 hits. There's another $14, right? Right. Well, maybe. Not that much. All right, so we'll put another 12 on there. And we'll get that cleaned up here in a second. Another $2 off to the side. There's 5 for 5. And 5 for a quarter. So we're now at what, $36? Okay, so then again, let's say that 36 hits. That pays 42, right? We're just going to collect. All right, so there's $42. We'll put that in our rack. All right, nothing number throws or shows a 3 or a 11 or whatever, and then you hit the 8. Okay, again, that's $14. So we'll take 14, or we'll do 14. And then press up another 12. So you're now at what? 25, 35, 45, 48. You got $2. Go put over your side. And then say once you get to this level, like the next hit, let's start spreading some nickels around. Like maybe you want to put some more on that point number. That way you're kind of engaged with the table. Let's say the 4 hits. That pays 18, or we'll do 20 for 1, and we'll just say, hey, dealer, press up my 9 by 10 and my 5 by 10, okay? So now you got a couple more numbers pressed up, so anytime these hit, that's going to put more on that number. Plus, you've also got that point number built up a little bit, so the rest of the table is playing the point or the pass line. You're kind of engaged with them as well. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up, and we'll get started. That way, rolling it out is kind of a little bit better, and I don't want to drag this out too long. Matter of fact, we'll just leave the 64 out there so we don't have to set it up, and we'll just buy in for it or pay for it. All right, let's get all that down and cap that back off. Okay, so let's get started. Puck is off. Just pretend that's not there. And we'll get a set of dice, green. Hopefully they show up. I believe they do. And we'll set a point. All right, 2 by 4, 6. 6 will be our point. So you can either like toss the dice. That was one thing I was doing last night when I was practicing this. And you can pick a number that way, or you can just pick your favorite number or whatever number you want to pick. If you want to be more adventurous and go with the 4 and 10, that's fine. 5 and 9, they pay a little more as well. or you can just stick with the inside numbers, inside numbers, since they're a little bit more common and apt to hit. So first off, let's see, was that, I believe that was from the example we were doing earlier. Hopefully I didn't take away from my money. What is it, 3, 4, sorry, I've got a 50, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, we didn't, so we still have 600 over there. All right, so let's go ahead and buy in for that, and then we'll pick a number. There's 50, 65, we'll just do that, 65. All right, dealer, set me up 64 across, please, and you'll get $1 change. And let's pick a number. Let's just go with the 8 for this first one. That's a little more common. Let's see if we can't go ahead and start stacking up on that, and or get a PSO. How about that? All right, so we'll stay legal here, and we'll just go ahead and get another set of dice. Get another point set. Dice are out. We have to buy in again. All right, so our point is 10. We'll stick with the 8 as our funnel number. Let's go ahead and pay our $64. Buy in again. I mean, this is not like a bankroll builder or anything. This is really something just to kind of maybe have a little fun. You know, if this is all, whatever, it's you can do it at your discretion. I saw it, it kind of looked fun, and I played it last night and it had 50-50 results. You know, sometimes I won, sometimes I lost. All right, so 8 is going to be our funnel number. Let's go ahead and start rolling this out. And there is the point hit right away, 10. All right, but 10 is going to pay 18. And that's a good one because that's works perfectly to stack on that 8. There's 3 white and 3 red. We'll stack that up and we'll clean it up. It brings it up to 30. So we will have 30 on our 8. And whenever it hits, we just collect. Any other number, we press the 8. Any other, if we hit the 8, we collect. Let's get a point set. There is a 617 frontline winner. Those dice just weirdly rolled out of my hand. There's a 516. So 6 will be our point. 8 is our funnel number, and let's go. There is ace deuce, 3 craps. I don't know why I shake the dice. I guess it's just habit. There's 3 again, 3 craps, and a 6, 4, 10. All right, so 10 again. That's going to pay 18. Dealer, just press up my 8 all the way. So we haven't collected anything yet, and we're at $48 on the 8. And again, what we could do, you know, once you get around $50, $60, $70 stacked on that number, you might want to just put another chip or 2 here and there on some of these other numbers to kind of beef it up a little bit. Well, there we go. There's 8. So we're going to get to collect right away. That is 48. That pays what, 56, I believe. So $56. That will just say same bet, and it'll give you the money, or he or she, whoever the dealer is, to give you your money. So that's 1 hit on our 8, and we're still looking to hit some of these other numbers and stack up. There's our point, 516, but that is also going to pay $14. And then here is where we'll probably, let's just do 15 for 1. Let's do it that way. That'll make it easier since we're going to press up some of the other numbers. So 15 for 1. Dealer press up my 5 and 9. Okay, so let's do that. And then we'll just collect that nickel. Okay, we might hit that 6 the next time. But we're looking for a new point. Same shooter. There is a 314. All right, 4 is going to be our new point. And we're still funneling on the 8. Nice out. And a 527 out. All right, so we're done there with that shooter. We'll just go ahead and get this set up for the next one. And we'll pick another stack number this next time, or another funnel number. Just to kind of show a little differentiation. Oh, that was a multi-syllabic word. Let's see. We'll buy in right now. There's 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Right. Bloody well right. All right, 64. Dealer, please set me up 64 across. My bets are not working on the come out. And you're done. So let's get us another set of dice. There we go. And we will set a point. Coming out. There is a 437 front line winner. That is a 3. Get it around the chips there. Learn how to drive that stick. That's what she said. 5, 4, 9. 9 will be our point. And okay, let's pick a number. You know what? Let's do it the dice way. We'll just take a couple of dice. Those are our shooting dice. These are our number dice. 3. No, that's not a number. 9. Well, 9 is a point. Let's just pick another. Well, now what? You know, let's just go with that. Let's say 9 is our stack number or our funnel number. So 9 is going to be our funnel number, and it's the point. There is a 2 craps. That does not help. You can use the point number. You don't have to avoid it. There's a 5, 3, 8. 12 is going to pay 14. We don't have any change yet, at least not for this particular shooter. So we'll just say, dealer, take me all the way up. So he'll just take $10 off of there and put it on your 9. We're now at 25. So we'll clean that up and we'll put $4 in our rack. If I can pick them up. There we go. Let's move off that to the side a little bit more. There we go. All right, dice out. And a 5, 3, 8. Again, that's another 12 is going to pay 14, or we could do 15 for 1. A dealer just take me all the way up. So we're at 40 now on our 9. Dice out. And there's the hit on the 9. So 40 pays 56 if I'm correct. I believe. What is that? 48. Yeah, 8 times 7 is 56. There we go. Dealer, same bet. Okay, so you are now collecting that, and you're pretty close to being out of the hand. You're at 56, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's keep going. Dice out. Oh, did we hit the point? Yeah, we hit the point. Okay, so we're looking for another point. That is 11. Yo. And another yo. Yo, 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 yo. And another yo. We got 3 yos in a row. And a 6, 3, 9. So 9 will be our new point, and it was our old point, and it's also our funnel number. So let's keep on going. 4, 3, 7, out. All right, so we almost got out of the hand. Let's go ahead and just get set up for the next shooter. I believe we still got time. Yeah, we're only 12 minutes in. Okay, that's cool. And then we'll just go ahead and rack this for that shooter. Not really going to get a rack check or anything right now. It's a mess anyway, so... yeah, here, whatever. Let's straighten it up. There. These will fall, but I'll stack them up anyway. There we go. All right, let's get us another set of dice. There we go. And setting a point. Dice are out. 2 craps. Aces. Spot and a dot. And there is a hard 10. The flowers. The puppy paws. All right, 10 is going to be our point. We can do the dice thing to just pick a funnel number. 5. All right, 5 is going to be our funnel number. And let's go. Dice out. And 4, 3, 7 out. So that is no bueno. So you can see it's obviously not a bankroll builder, especially when the dice are not working in your favor. Let's go ahead and buy in again. There's 50, 60... 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. There we go. 64. Dealer set me up 64 across. My bets are off on the come out. Okay. You are off on the come out. So, just like everybody mostly is, unless you're working it. We'll just take those. All right, setting a point. Coming out. Dice are out. 6, 3, 9. Okay, now we can do the funky dice thing and try to get us a number 6. All right, so 6 will be our funnel number. And let's go. You can pick your favorite number. You can do that dice thing. Obviously, if you're playing at a table, you're not going to have a pair of dice to do that with at a live table. But whatever. Use the random number generator in your head. All right, there is a 4, 1, 5. We had aces before that. 4, 1, 5. For some reason, that's on 15, and it shouldn't be. I didn't take a chip off from earlier. All right, so 12 or 10 is going to pay 14. 6 is our funnel number. Dealer, take my 6 all the way up. All right, so that is going to be $12 on top of that. You're now at 24. And rack $2. Nice out. 6, 2, 8. All right, 8 pays 14. And once again, dealer, just take me all the way up. There's $14. Another 12 will go on there. We'll get that cleaned up in just a second. 2 goes to your rack. And there's 5 for a red. And 5 red for a green. And you're now at 36 on the 6. We'll still funnel our numbers there if we get some more hits. There's a 314. That's a good hit. It's a 18. 10 pays 18. So 3 red and 3 white. All right. Get that cleaned up. There is 54. Is that right? That's not right. Something didn't work out. 36 plus 18. Yeah, it's 54. Okay. There we go. Divisible by 6, so that is correct. So any other hits? Well, there we go. There's a hit on the 6. 516, 54, believe that pays 63. No, what does that pay? 9 times 7, right? 63. Yeah, it pays 63. 54 pays 63. Always have to think about it. All right, so there's 63, dealer, same bet. So we're going to collect, and we are basically out of the hand. We have collected our 64 that we started with, so now we can do whatever. What I was going to say is that we're at that 54 level. You know, you're kind of over $50. Maybe you can start pressing up some of these other numbers just by a nickel or so to kind of beef up your outside numbers that are funneling in. So let's do it with this. That 10 is going to pay 14, or we'll do 15 for 1. And dealer, press up my 5 and 9 by 1 unit, and we'll press up the 8 by 1 unit, throw in another $1, and we've got a little beef on these numbers to funnel in. So the next few will funnel in if we can, or we got another hit on the 6. That's good. 54 pays 63. Dealer, same bet. All right, so there is 63. Goes over to your rack. We'll clean that up. And we are well out of the hand, so anything from here is just Profitsville on this hand. And I get a black chip. Whoa. Yep, so we got a black chip. 125, 128, 129, somewhere around there. Dice are out. 415. All right, we now have 15 on there, so 15 is going to pay 21. Dealer, just, you know, all the way up, whatever we can do on that. So we'll just do 18, right? There's 5 or 15. Let's get some change for that 5, and we'll go another 3 white. So we'll go up by 18 on that 6. And yes, we'll clean that up here real quick. There's 5 white for a red. That puts us at what? 50, 60, 72. All right, so we're at 72, and we're going to rack $3. All right, so let's keep on going. Let's see if we can get some more hits. There we go. 4, 2, 2 by 4, 6. 72 is going to pay 84, I believe. I say so convincingly. There is 84. We'll do 85 for 1. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to Black Chipsville on the 6. Now we don't have to press entirely all this. I would just say dealer, take me to 120. Right, so there's 4 green for a black chip, and we'll take 4 of these red, and we are at 120, and then we'll just go ahead and collect some of that. Or we could press up some of these other numbers. Let's press up that 4 and 10. That will go. Now we got 15 on all these other numbers, and then we have what, 18 on the 9 or 18 on the 8. All right, nice out. 3 craps, ace deuce, and 6 4 10. There we go. All right, 15 is going to pay 27. All right, so again, you're kind of at your discretion at this point. I mean, like I said, we're already at that big number on the 6. So 120. What can we go to? That'd be 145. You could throw in another nickel, go to 150, or we can just collect. Let's just collect. I mean, 120 is a good number to have on there. Let's go ahead and condense some of that down a little bit. All right. And a 415. All right, that is going to pay 21. All right, let's go ahead and stack it up. All right, let's go up by 12. All right, I know it's kind of a weird number. I'm probably going to have to stumble here to do some math, but one of these days I'll figure it all out, or put a chart up somewhere where I can figure it all out. There is 132. I hope that's right. 132. So somehow that is going to be divisible by 6, I hope. There we go. 2x4, 6. Well, I got to figure it out, don't I? Man, oh man, oh man. I know there's a trick to match the colors or whatever, but anyway, let's see, 125, or just, what do I have? 130, 132. So let's just say 120 pays 140. I know that much. What does that leave? 12. 12 will pay 14. So there's the 140 and then 14. So there. Now, hopefully I figured that out correctly. Probably didn't pay myself correctly, but let's see. There's 5 for 5. That is 154, I think I paid myself. So hopefully that was correct, and we will collect that. If not, I'll catch it in editing, and let's see. We'll condense some of these down. This is a good roll so far. Obviously, we got some black chips over there, so that's pretty good. There is a 12 midnight boxcar. 6, 4, 10. All right, there is another hit. 15 is going to pay 27. Again, we can either press up some of these numbers or keep going on that 6. That is, let's see. Sure, let's go up by 18. All right, so we'll get change. There's 5 and 5, and we'll go up by 18. So whatever that is, we'll figure it out here in just a minute, and then we'll rack the rest. Let's see where we're at. That is 5, and there is 5. So we're at 150. Okay, that's easy enough, right? And we'll condense some of this down over here just so they don't fall. And we'll keep rolling in just a moment. There we go. All right, so yeah, we got 350 something over there. All right, and we got 150 on that 6. So that 6 is being funneled up pretty well. And there we go, 437 out. All right, so now we don't have to do any more funky math. And you watch my smoke comes out of my ears, even though you can't see it. You might be able to see the shadows over here. But we'll get set up for our next shooter. I think we've got time. 22 minutes. Yeah, we'll do one more shooter. Get all these down to their correct levels for 64. You kind of hate to lose that black chip, but we did collect a pretty good amount of black chips. So we'll get all that racked up. Let's go ahead and pay our 64. We'll just do it at 65 and get $1 change. Dealer set me up 64 inside. I'm not working the come out. So you turn all your stuff off there. Let's get a set of dice. There we go. There's a 5, 3, 8. And we're looking for a new point. And we need to get all these correct. There we go. Now we're at 64. Dice out. 5, 3, 8. All right, 8 will be our new point. Easy 8. We can do the dice trick just to kind of get us a number. 7's not going to work. 11's not going to work. 5 will work. So 5 will be our funnel number. All right, let's do that. Dice are out. 5, 2, 7 out. All right, so that's a good way to end it. So hopefully you guys kind of get the gist of what was going on there. It's just kind of a fun twist. You know, you don't necessarily have to do it. I don't know why I'm doing that. So yeah, let's get this cleaned up and then we'll see where we're at. Yeah, again, just kind of a fun twist. Like I said, you know, maybe you can do it on bubble craps, you know, where you're not using so much money. Just, you know, do it at a little dollar level or whatever level bubble craps machine you have at your casino, and just kind of play around with it like that. So let's go ahead and get this out over here. We started out with 600. We'll condense this down, see what we have. There is 5 white for a red, 4 green for another black, and let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is our buy-in, 155. So we made $155 just in that short amount of time. Of course, it was that one shooter. You know, we kept piling up on that 6, and hopefully my my math was good. I guess I need to bring a calculator or have that chart, like I said. But anyway. Any questions or comments, you know, anything about this particular strategy, or if you have some others, please put them down in the comment section below. If you'd rather email us, here's our email at crapstx@gmail.com. And by the way, there's some Amazon links down below, stuff that I use for the channel or that's on a wish list. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so if you click on one and end up shopping like you normally would, I would get a small commission, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. You just shop like you normally would. It just helps me justify buying more gear that I probably don't need. So, if you made it this far, you're either loyal or lost. But either way, I appreciate it. My name's Keith. This is Craps TX. Educational-ish, hopefully. Occasionally, I'm self-deprecating, sarcastic. Always chasing that next monster roll. So, we'll see you on the next one, unless I finally hit the ATS and can retire. Ha!